Just save me.
All right. Well, it says we're streaming. I can double check, make sure I'm not still streaming on ours, but I do believe that should be on you. I'll double check. See if I can find it. Hmm.
Stupid.
That's funny. I'm still not seeing it. Did you get a strike? Did you get your channel taken down or something?
I don't know, man.
Have you live streamed through here before?
Yeah.
I thought you had.
Okay. So can you guys, because they're on my waiting for the plain truth, the thing that I set up, there's 17 waiting, and they're all talking smack about me. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear
Because I should
anything?
even see that. I should see where you have something ready to go live.
I'm trying to stream with Josh, Corey. Everybody's saying no. Man down. Renty Flat Earth says man down. Wow. So where do you think it's for you? I mean, why doesn't it work on your end since you're the guy doing what you are
That's the good
taking
question.
my stream key?
I did. I hijacked your stream key. There's no reason it shouldn't still be now streaming to yours.
I just don't know why. I don't know why. I can't just start the freaking stream. Like I'm looking at my watch page. I mean, I've done this before, and usually it says like go live. Like if I show up and it says waiting for you, but then it says go live. But right now it's not doing that. This is absolutely a nightmare.
Hmm. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, wait. I see now. I got us. You are live.
Okay. Okay, so put the link in Skype, and then I'm going to put it in the old chat and see if that directs people over because I don't because they are watching the waiting page, right? But you've started a new stream, so they don't have that link unless they just got a notification that I'm streaming and they're going to go over there. But I don't know how to get to that page. So send me that link in Skype because I don't see that. Are you there
I am
still?
there. If you check Skype, it should be there. But good morning, YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, good morning, YouTube. I have no idea. Okay, I'm clicking that. Josh Corey trying to save the day. You can hear us out there. We've been trying to do this for the past 17 minutes and it's all me. So it's not anything that Josh was doing. Welcome. And thanks so much for joining us. We're going to try to keep this going for the next 40 minutes. And yeah, well, I gotta spice things up a little bit, Josh. Everybody else was running smooth, I'm sure,
No.
and I just gotta be the token tanker. So
Well, I am the perfect
okay, so
person
we
to
have
have along.
Fe Maori says I can hear you, and Josh, why don't you introduce yourself, and I'm going to ask everybody out there to tell me if you can hear Josh. Go
Certainly.
ahead.
Well, good morning again, YouTube. My name is Josh Corey. I hail from Iron Realm Media YouTube channel. We kicked off at 10 p.m. GMT last night. as we did our little part in this Globe Live Euro Tour-a-thon 2019. So I'm very thrilled and honored to be able to continue on today. Happy to sit in with you, Travis.
Uh,
Glad we could get something going.
awesome. Yeah, I know, right? Awesome. Well, we've got a confirmation that they can hear you, so that is fantastic. So the only thing that I was gonna do was I was gonna open up my OBS and play some of my videos that have, my footage from California and stuff, and just kind of talk through it in case I couldn't get anybody to join me. But I don't know how we would do that right now,
You would just share your
unless
screen.
I
Um,
share screen with the Google Hangouts.
Yep. And the way I have it set up, it
Okay.
should be able to everything should just share directly through.
Okay. Because I had this all planned out. I mean, I had the window open, or I had the window that I was going to open with my intro in my video intro that I just did for my channel. I was going to open with that, and then I was going to play the little Globe Live commercial that you guys put together. I had it all lined up, people. I'm telling you, I was not going to drop the ball. Hey,
Yeah.
Jason.
oh yeah.
Sorry.
Don't
Sorry.
don't you apologize. Lots of us have been having difficulties with YouTube today, and
Yeah.
yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, it still appears that you're still offline. You said people can hear. Did you say that?
Yep.
Yeah, I got confirmation on the video on my watch page.
Okay.
So
Unless you've got, did you restream? Maybe I'm in an old one or something.
yeah, maybe.
Yes, I am.
I'll,
I am. Yeah.
okay.
Ah, right. Okay. So that's what's.
All right. So where are you at, Jason, right now?
Yeah, so I've I've been mirroring everybody's stream, and yeah, I can see that you're scrolling up and down in the Skype chat. So you are coming through okay, and the sound has come through okay as well. I can see my my sound meter is going up and down. We're on an orange screen now, so yeah, back to the Global Euro Tour GoFundMe page. So it looks like it's all working.
I see we are at 1,392 pounds.
Yeah, it's been moving. We need to move more. Come on, guys.
We definitely need to move more.
Yes, just sell your houses. You don't need them. Get rid of your cars. This tour is so much more important than that brand new motorbike that you just bought.
But even here, we have even 10 pounds is something. Every 10 pounds helps.
Yes, definitely. That's right. I mean, I don't know how many miles you can get on £10, but it's a diesel van, and it's mileage, isn't it? You put £10 in, we can probably get another, I don't know, 50 miles. Can you get on £10? I don't know, 100 miles.
Yep. But eventually, even then, you're going to want to change the oil because you don't want to break down even worse later on. So you got to keep up the maintenance. You got to make sure tires are good, oil's changed, all that good stuff. Plenty of antifreeze, coolant, and water and stuff in there. I mean, just the general maintenance is still going to cost you money. Even if you do a lot of the work yourself, you still got to pay for the parts, pay for the materials, all that good stuff. And then, God forbid something happened. God forbid some crazy heliocentrist comes screaming down the highway and smash into the side of you. Did you know most traffic accidents are caused by people that believe in the globe? Just keep that in mind, because if you have to do some major repairs, it's likely to be caused by someone who believes in the globe.
Yeah, I accept that. Yeah. Very good. But
Josh,
we'll change that. We're working on that.
Josh, did you make that that public service announcement because you saw Tony made that comment about the update?
Uh-uh. What was?
Because he said, "Can we have an update with where the funding is at?" And right when that came up in the chat, you started talking about it. I was like, "Oh,
Nope. I was actually really curious. I know Bob and Jaron have been raising lots of money. I know a lot of people have been really contributing. But what I'm curious, which one of those channels have moved your GoFundMe the most so far? Like I said, I know Bob on his Globebusters GoFundMe is raising. Paul on the Plane on his GoFundMe is raising.
Yeah,
But the question
yeah.
is, which channel during this tour-a-thon has raised your GoFundMe the most?
I think it will be. Also, I've got here that Jaren's put in as super chats. I think it is.
Oh
So
crap! I forgot about him and his damn super chat.
super chats. Yeah, he put a good £336 in. So yeah, thank you very much, Jaren. And of course, was it Robin put a nice lump sum in at the beginning of the tour-a-thon. It's what I do like the most is seeing all of these conspiracy cats, Mr. Cheswick, Red's Rhetoric, Bob the Science Guy, and then we've got Simon, Dan, and Wolfie. That's made me chuckle. That is. Yeah, thank you, whoever that was. I mean, it's cost you a pretty penny, and is it all different people, or is it, or maybe I should shut up and it really is them. But yeah, well done.
Well, they have left some great comments down there when they made their donations.
Oh, I haven't read them. Oh yeah, of course, I haven't read them.
So,
Oh, I've got. It's like I've just opened a present now.
see, Simon Dan, 20 pounds when Simon Dan donated. He says, I enjoy pretending that I live on a spinning ball. Flat and motionless is boring, but it's the nature of my reality.
Very good.
So thank
Very
you,
good.
Simon Dan, for those 20 pounds.
Yeah. Bob the Science Guy. I know where I live. It's flat. Very good. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
so Josh, if you could, I suppose, if you have a link to put into the chat for them to, if anybody doesn't know about the GoFundMe for the Globe Live, because that was the one thing that I didn't have in my back pocket to put into the chat. You know what I mean?
You betcha.
Okay, thanks.
Now, apologies, but I've only. Oh, I'm subscribing to you right now. I didn't even. I've missed your channel, so I do apologize.
That's all right.
I've just subscribed now, and I've hit the bell.
Fantastic, great.
I'm gonna.
I just got.
Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think I just got a new subscriber, but I don't know if that's you.
Yeah, that's me.
But
Could be me too. I was unsubscribed from all three.
The thing is, I'm very unsure because I mean, I've heard of your channel, The Plain Truth. I know this channel, and I was really surprised to see that I'm not subscribed or on that, but I do know of your channel.
that's all right, Jason. I don't know if you know my name. My name is Travis. So
Yeah, I do know your
Okay.
name as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for being here. And I'm glad that we finally got it up and running. Thanks so much, Josh, for being the man. I like I said, I don't know. I've done this before, so it's just a matter of jumping back on the bicycle and trying to ride. And I thought I was just going to be smooth, but hey, Zach's out there. Good times for all. Brian Stavely, shout out. Brandon Toy, Randy Flat Earth. How's it going, guys? Thanks for being here. And yeah, so I suppose we could try to. I pulled up a video that I had that I called Perspectivas. I can't remember what I called it now. What was it? It was a combination of perspective and horizon. Perspectorizon. That's what I called it. So I'll share my screen, and then we'll see how this video presentation goes. I don't even know how long it is, but I can stop it if it gets too long. I'm switching over between the application screen and the entire screen, but then the share button, see, this is what's going on. The share button is not lit up, so I can't punch the share button.
What?
When I open up the tab to share my Hangout screen, right? Share screen.
The little
It
three
pulls up
dots.
the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it pulls up the window and it says your entire screen or application window. And I can toggle back and forth between those two choices, but when I do, the share button does not light up for me to share.
Is that due to lack of bandwidth? Because that on my screen on this Hangout, your video is very poor, so that you're on the lowest bandwidth. I don't know if that's just me. What's it like for you, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best. If you want to just start dropping links in Skype, I can. I'll do my best to screen share.
What do you mean? What do you want me to drop?
Did you have links for the videos you were going to screen share?
Oh, well, this was on my hard drive.
Oh, stored locally. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I mean, I could jump over. This is you guys would I wouldn't be able to multitask, so you guys would have to start talking while I fished for something to show.
Oh, that's okay. Josh, did you get any sleep?
I did get a little bit of sleep, but guiltily, I will say, because I really felt the need to try to stay up and bounce around and keep watching this tour-a-thon as much as I could. So I did the best I could on my phone and was trying to sort of in chat a little bit, but I don't know, between the wife and actually needing to eventually get some sleep, I did sort of eventually fall out. But I'll be damned if first thing I did when I got up was not tune right back in.
Yeah, very good, very good. I tried to stay awake all the time, but my eyes got the better of me, and I managed to pass out for 20. It was only about 20 minutes, but I did pass out for 20 minutes. Yeah, it was, and that was that was Robin's fault because he had such an awful live stream. His bandwidth issues. It seems kind of strange, like just when we're doing this. Is this my paranoia setting in? Like we're doing this and everybody's having bandwidth issues.
I do see your screen sharing now, Travis. I did see those as they came through. You're muted, but I did see them.
Yeah, I found out what it was, that I could toggle between the windows, but I wasn't clicking on the window. So as soon as I dropped down and touched that's when it brought ability to
actually start
to share the screen. All right, so I'm going to find something to play, and I'll be right back.
Great.
I'm just going to refresh all the GoFundMe. So we're at 1,392 on my GoFundMe. We have Paul on the Plane at $553. And don't forget, he's going to be doubling that one. And you have Glowbuster's GoFundMe at 1,065. So you can still, if you haven't done so already, like every dollar, every pound counts. That's more petrol for the motorhome to get round 39 countries. There's going to be a lot of eyes on that are going to be seeing this rolling billboard in the millions, definitely in the millions. If you think about the amount of eyes that will see it on the road and parked in car parks, and the amount of media will be contacting the media for every country, and I'll make it a mission to make sure that we're going to be in the papers or radio or TV in every country. I will make it my mission that I won't let a country not show us. That's my pledge.
And I heard you say you guys did have press kits made up and ready to get sent out.
Yeah, I think they. So I did realise that they need updating just a little tiny bit. We need more information of Roxanne on It seems to be because it was mostly from the press kits that we used last time, and then we just changed a few bits and brought them, updated them. But they need updating a little further. But I like to send these press kits out about a week before we hit their town, their country, and that like that way it's fresh in their minds. And if you do it too soon, then it's kind of forgotten about. And we want it not too early, not too late. Bit of a balance. About a week before, and then let everyone know exactly where we're going to be in every town. And again, see, that changes, because what I think is a good place, and then a local says, "Oh no, you need to be here instead. It's much better." And so things might change on the fly. And
Which does bring up another good point about other ways people can help beyond just contributing to the GoFundMe. As you travel around, you will need people to make all these media outlets aware. So it would be a good idea, as people are following along, to just call ahead and let, again, radio stations. I think I heard Dave Weiss saying this earlier, that he'd call in the radio stations and the TV stations. If they don't listen to you, try the small media. That's how you get the big media to move. If they think they're missing out on something, they'll show up.
Yeah, definitely. There's people out there, they want stories, and this is a story. This is a real story. Like a motorhome. What's it? Spreading awareness of globe lies. This is a huge story that's going to 39 countries and covering over 14,000 miles. This is worthy of any newspaper, any radio station, any TV station. It's worthy news. They'll want this.
You would think so. And if they don't realize it, I think an hour of 100 people calling nonstop to tell them it's newsworthy, I think would get their attention as well. I mean, you shut down their call board, maybe they'll get the point.
Yeah. And I find now, what's it, I think I've been involved in Flat Earth about 2.5 years, coming up 3 years or so, I think. It's getting easier. It really is getting easier. I mean, like the more people that we speak to now, that level is increasing now of the amount of people that have heard of Flat Earth. It's getting easier to talk, and it's all this media attention. That's where it all comes from. Lots of people didn't. Was it kind of like what was it, Behind the Curve? Like the film on Netflix. I tell you how powerful that's been. I mean, a lot of eyes have seen that. Millions of people have seen that film. Whether they agree or disagree and all that, that's embedded in their brains until someone like me comes along and say, "Hey, have you heard of Flat Earth?" And and then we have a conversation about it. It's embedded. They've got something tangible to at least have a debate with me on. And then we can set them right. I can't convert them, not in 5 minutes. But it's all seeds. It's seeds until we get them to to start investigating themselves. I think all of these videos and any news, any films, any media, whether you think it's good, bad, or what, it's seeds.
Seeds and water. That's right. If it's not a seed that's already planted, you're watering a seed that was already there. I mean, there's so many ridiculous stories that they're putting out now in the name of space and science and the ridiculousness that's coming out there. There's a new asteroid that's zooming past Earth that could potentially wipe out life as we know it every couple of days. So it's all fear porn. It's all this nonsense that just perpetuates this heliocentric globe model. I think that there's a whole lot of good that could be gleaned from people becoming aware of this tour.
Yeah. And then there's the other aspect of it as well. Just reaching out to fellow flat earthers along the way, or fellow globe deniers, along the way. Just reaching out to them to let them know that look, you're not on your own. You're not mad. We're just as mad as you. We're here, and to just, we don't really know a lot of the Europeans, because of the language barriers and that, and yet, I know that there's a lot of flat earthers out there on the European side we only have to look what Eru. He went to a few conventions. I think in Spain and that Eru from Globusters. I think it was he met Alex, didn't he? The music guru, and went to a couple of conventions. These people, they're out there, and yet we don't know nothing about them. But we're coming. We're going to reach out to you guys, and hopefully that you'll meet us along the way. And yes, let's everybody show their support and meet them. What's it, the Globus? I won't be down there in Spain and Portugal and France, and that you've got allegedly Dave. Dave Moore, Dave Murphy, and Roxanne. They'll be down there. I think hopefully Eru will still be joining the tour. That'd be great. You'll also have Howard George Stirrup. He'll be joining around that area as well, which is you watch him in action. He's really sharpening his knives. His arguments are spot on. So you watch out for Howard.
That's good stuff. So are you going to have like a GPS tracking device on there? Can people actually be able to follow along as you go about?
Yeah, well, I was thinking of putting something like that, but it was almost going to be a bit of a hidden device, really, just to stop someone nicking me van. But yeah, it's not a bad idea, is it? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's something that they can turn off overnight, because I'd like people to feel safe that like they're not. We're not given an open invitation to come and trash the van while we're trying to sleep.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that'd probably be sort of necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd have to be something that you can turn off. But whilst on the route, yeah, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it, for people to track along? Yeah, that would be good.
Seems like it. Yeah. I know that there's ways to do it. We were just
Yeah.
using one last night, watching the lady bringing our groceries to the house. We watched her my wife was watching her on the phone as she came down, turned the corner into the neighborhood. So I could know when to go out there and meet her at the door. Pretty damn convenient. I was just thinking, again, more activism. We could have people lining the streets with signs and confetti as the tour rolled into town.
Yeah, that's in a couple of years' time when it gets bigger. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah.
I don't know. Even two people out there with signs welcoming you, I think would be worth it. So when people know you're there, I think they should all run out with signs. Again, it's a great shot for the media.
It actually happened a few times on the UK trip, where we've literally just pulled up in the camper van, and thinking of one instance, one guy, he was in the car park, just he seen the van pull in, and he had to dive over and greet us, and and say, oh yeah, I know all about it and everything. And he said, but at first he didn't really want to go on camera, but I think Harry did get him on camera, and we had a fantastic conversation. This was literally before we hadn't even started any activism. We literally just pulled up, and you're doing it already. You're meeting people, and it makes it all worthwhile meeting fellow flat earthers. And I used to have a problem when I first got involved of being hugged by other grown men. I had my own bubble, my own personal space, but if you're a flat earther, you got no chance. You're getting hugged. Yeah.
Yep. There is a lot of love in the family.
There really is. Yeah.
How you doing over there, Trav?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the link get put in, but you put the link in for the GoFundMe, Josh?
I did. You probably didn't see it because I'm not wrenched up. I'm in there as Iron Realm Media, but with no wrench, it doesn't really come through as a clickable link.
No, I just wasn't watching. I was, messing around with what I'm trying to
I know
do
how
over
it is.
here.
I know how it is.
So, who's up next in line for the next hour? Do you guys know who's the next streaming channel?
Arwen is up next.
Okay, Arwen, great.
Ooh, little early bird.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go off a little more smoothly.
If you're listening, Arwen, if you want me to join, then I'm here for the long haul. There you go. He's in the chat right now.
He's talking. He's chatting like Jar Jar Binks. It's a me.
Yeah.
Maybe
Good.
Mario from Super Mario Brothers.
Or that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, Travis?
Oh, what have I been up to? I have been up to moving. I found an apartment a couple blocks away from where I'm at right now that had two bedrooms instead of one because it was a little bit snuggly with my kids staying over. So I spent this last week moving everything over, and yeah, just been driving. Company that I work for is local, so I'm home every night, but get some good hours in, 10 to 12 hours a day. So that's about it. I've been trying to go out. Yeah, it's been really horrible, the weather on the Chesapeake Bay. So I'm excited. I'm jumping around now. Um, I'm excited because I'm in California visiting my family, and so I'm going to be able to get back out and do some more of the Channel Islands footage that I've been doing. So I'm hoping that the weather is going to be good out here. It looks like it's supposed to be nice and sunny. And as soon as I'm done with you guys, I'm jumping in the truck and driving down for the sunrise. And but the just the footage right now on the Chesapeake Bay has just been horrible. The the visibility at even 6 miles, there's no resolution, so I can't get a lot of great land shore to shore footage. But I have gotten some good inferior miraging with some of the fishing boats that come around, and I follow them and just watch them go into the distance. So that's been good, but that just keeps the video that I'm shooting, is more local rather than what have been trying to do with getting some distance with the land across the Chesapeake Bay.
Seems like when I think Chesapeake Bay, I think of lots of fog. I don't know. Is it known for its clarity of skies and ability to shoot land to land?
I wouldn't be the guy to ask in terms of that kind of trivia for the Chesapeake Bay, but I would say that I wouldn't, because I've been in Maryland for the past 19 years. I wouldn't say that fog is characteristic of the Chesapeake Bay. I know that we do get it, but it's not a typical characteristic. Where I live in Havre de Grace, Maryland, there is Concord Point Lighthouse. So there's a 35-foot lighthouse that is there, but it's not in service anymore. It's just a tourist attraction, and I have been meaning to get out there and set up like Authentic Intent does, and just because people are walking by all the time, and I have had some good conversations with people who come by with their dogs, because what I do is I set up right on the water, and a lot of the people will come in and they'll let their dogs go in and out of the water, throwing them sticks and whatnot. So I have had some good conversations with um, people coming up and asking me what I'm doing with my camera, and so that's been good. Uh,
That's
and
that's quite subtle, like, so you don't have any banners or anything out or anything, just your camera.
right,
That's
yeah, yeah,
it's a subtle way to engage and have that conversation. It's really good.
yeah. And when they approach me, they're opening the door. Hey, what are you taking photos of? What are you shooting? And I'll just start off with the basics in terms of just looking at the landscape, and then if they hang around and kind of loiter, then I'll feel that might be an opportunity to say, hey, have you ever thought about this, thought about that? So
Yeah, I like that. I've got a few places just like that I can do. Um, I'm doing an observational test. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, right.
I did
yeah.
see.
What,
We've
Josh?
um,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was I was just going to ask you because I didn't catch all of the show on Friday, so I don't know your update in terms of where you are with finding work.
Oh, yeah, that went really well. The background check came back clean, the drug test came back clean, and I start my first day on Tuesday for a company that makes um Well, they make optics for the military, for like some of their big guns and for their mortars and things like that. They also make the optics for all the surveying equipment. They make the optics for all the big planetariums and things like that. The big displays on the domes. They do the optics for those too. I specifically will be on the optics for the mortars, but yeah, it's going to be a really interesting time. I think I have tons of questions.
Yeah, yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy.
I managed to get through the interview without using the words flat Earth, so I figure I'm golden at this point.
Yeah, I've got a similar thing going on. On my first day, I recently started about 4.5 months ago, and on my first day of induction, it's a 2-day induction, and that because we work with what's it, precision weights, because I deal with I fix and maintain scales, like for supermarkets and that. And on this induction, like, oh, is it my immediate boss? He says that, like, oh, these scales are they're all different, like we have to calibrate they calibrate these scales, sorry, these weights, and all it is that they just put an extra bit of lead paint on there to make them really precise. And he says and we actually do them different between north and south of England, like because of the Earth's spinning. Oh no, I just wanted to. And then for what I've learned afterwards, right now, it makes no difference on the weight. If a 5 kilogram weight is slightly out, it makes a difference. Every machine in the country, you press the calibrate to the weight at hand. It really doesn't make a difference. Absolutely talking nonsense, like. But obviously, I imagine I can't have that conversation with my boss yet. So. Yeah.
Now, when I think of mortars, I think of the old World War II movie scenes where they drop the shell into the tube and then it shoots out the mortar.
Yep,
So there's
not that uncommon from what I'd be working on. The sighting unit that they use on the mortars these days, though, have the declination, and you got to make sure everything's level, and then you just figure out how far to actually lob them out or how high to be able to get them to rain down in a specific location. So you're doing all of that sort of through line of sight and through radio calls. So you're trying to line it up with landmarks and things like that, looking through these optics so you know where you're going to drop the mortars. So again, these aren't some of the bigger guns. These aren't the larger sites, but the company I work for does do those sighting units as well. So yeah, it was interesting to get a walkthrough because they also have contract work with companies in Canada who bring over foreign military equipment to get refurbished at our location. So the company in Canada gets like a tie optics from their army that they need repaired, and they'll send it to the company in Canada with whom we will then contract and take those optics, rebuild them, change all the seals, clean all the lenses, all that good stuff, and then ship them back. And we're just keeping all the armies of the world basically able to see farther than they should if they lived on a ball.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out as well. We have been talking about the Global tour, but to give a shout out with the UK convention starting on the 13th of September to the 15th of September. If you're in England and that in the UK, you need to be there. We need to meet you. It's not about what you're going to learn. You're probably not going to learn much. Like it's about meeting meeting other fellow globe deniers, flat earthers. It'll make a huge impact on your lives. Like if you've just become more like a flat earther, or like you've been not met many people, because when we were out on our tour, we met so many people that just haven't been reaching out to other people. It's really important. And then we've also got the Amsterdam convention on the 27th to 29th. It's actually the 27th and 28th of September, but they'll be doing a bit of activism on the Sunday on the 29th. Again, if you're even if you're in the UK or what's it, get yourself a ticket. They're really cheap for the Amsterdam convention. There's no reason why people shouldn't be going to that. What a visit, what a place to visit as well. The rest of Europe, guys, you should have bought your tickets by now. If you're in Europe, I mean, and you haven't, why? What's stopping you? Get yourself down there, and we'll meet you. I mean, you should be going. There's no ifs or buts. We want to see you there.
All right, so I just had someone in the chat ask who I was talking to. So Jason, just take a real quick minute and introduce yourself. Josh, when he's done, jump in and introduce yourself. And then I have the Globe Lie minute-long promo video pulled up so that we can play that, and that should be good to be rounding out the hour.
Yeah, so I'm Jason of the Disbury family. I got into flat Earth by I was just starting to study on my journey of Freeman of the Land, hence my name, Jason of the Disbury family, and then did a quick sidestep from that and realised that bloody hell, we're getting lied to. I've only been involved 2.5 years or so. I completely had my head in the sand about all this lies and indoctrination. I believed everything our governments and education was it sold me. I believed everything. I had no doubts whatsoever. They had my best interests at heart, and now I think, bloody hell, on what truth have they told us? I just can't seem to. It's really hard to find a truth, like from your government, from the education system. So I'm on a quest. I want this brought out in the open. I want to be able to walk and talk to anybody about flat Earth without being ridiculed. This needs to be. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't have to be ridiculed by other people for what for what I believe. I want this out. I'm on a quest.
That's
there
awesome.
You go.
Well, my name is Josh Corey. I got into flat Earth just right around the time Mark Sargent started putting out his clues. I heard about it maybe a few weeks before he dropped the first one. So it was his clues that really helped get me off the ball, or maybe really got me to be able to say nope. All right, everything I was taught was a lie. I'm done believing what other people say, just based on face value. From there, I spent about a year sort of digging in and studying. I live here in St. Louis, basically right in the middle of the United States. And when B.O.B. and Neil deGrasse Tyson started having their little rap battles back and forth on TV, the local radio station picked it up here. And they started talking about the flat Earth. So I jumped over, gave them a call just to let them know that it'd be worth looking into, because you can't just dismiss it as easily as you think you can. So they were intrigued and had me call in, and I basically became sort of a regular segment on their show, a weekly, once a week thing. I picked up a little spot that they'd previously had and started up this little Paranormal Tuesday thing. And basically I just come in and tried to wake them up to things like, well, flat Earth and sovereignty and things like that in a very subtle and interesting way. And I got a Twitter account because to better engage the audience. And from there, I was found by some other flat earthers who were trying to start a little podcast to figure out some way to try to spread this flat earth knowledge. And from there, we became Iron Realm Media. And you can find us on the Iron Realm Media YouTube channel. From there, we have another little spot on Truth Frequency Radio on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, or 4 a.m. Central, which is my time. We do a 2-hour spot on tfrlive.com there in the mornings. And then again on Friday afternoons on our Iron Realm Media YouTube channel, we have a little show called Have No Sphere. And that's when all the guys from the Iron Realm Media YouTube channel get together and we just hang out, have guests on, look at all the silly space lettuce news stories that they're trying to put out there, and basically just have a good time and get to know more of our family, our Femily family. How about you, Trav?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my computer is just tanking right now. So I could hear everything that you're saying, but when I'm toggling between my windows, it's not opening them up to let me do anything. So oh, there we go. Can you guys hear that?
No, I do not.
See, this is so silly. Okay, so I had the window queued up for the Globe Live video, and it was buffering for so long, I forgot about it, and now it's playing. This is the shit show. Everybody dropping the ball, throwing a curve in the smooth
yeah,
of
lots of
the.
people have had technical difficulties all day. Not to worry.
Well, like I said, my windows are just frozen right now, and I'm not going to be able to pull up that video to play it to close out the show. But everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody in the chat. This again is the 24-hour Globe Live Tour stream for raising funds for these guys getting out and sharing the truth of every aspect of the of our lives, the nature of our world, the nature of our government, our education, our history, our economics. And so thanks so much for being here. Jason, thanks for being here. Josh, thanks for saving me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, everybody head on over to Arwen's channel. I don't know if he posted his link for his channel in the chat or not, but he's the next guy up. And yeah, so I guess everybody is going to jump on over there from here.
Yep.
Next hour, which I guess is what, 1 o'clock for you guys?
It is 1 o'clock. Yes, it is. And thank you very much for having me. What's it, Travis? It's nice to meet you, and thank you very much, Josh. It's
Nice to meet
good to
you
speak to
too,
you again.
Jason.
Okay.
Best of luck, Jason. I hope everything continues to go and we keep that meter pushing. Make sure you guys head on over to the GoFundMe for the Globe Live Euro Tour 2019 and donate as much as you can possibly afford. They will need all the help they can get because it's going to be a long haul. But thank you, Travis. It's been a blast. I'm glad I could help out any way I could. And Jason, it was good to see you again. We will, guys, stay tuned for Arwen. Head on over to Arwen and check out the Early Bird Show and continue as this Globe Live Tour rolls along.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You don't know if it's part of the show.